You know that feeling? A nice warm shower. For a lot of us, it's one of the best parts of the day, right? A simple comfort. But what if I told you that for many, that daily ritual could actually be a silent danger to their heart? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on some of these hidden risks, the ones hiding in plain sight. So let's just dive right in. Could your daily shower, the very thing you count on to wake you up or help you wind down, actually be a silent threat, particularly as you get older?
Well, the idea comes from Dr. Thomas, a cardiac surgeon who's seen it all. Over decades, he started to notice a really startling pattern. He found that the biggest threats to his patients weren't some rare, complicated diseases. Nope, it was the simple, everyday stuff. Habits like showering that we just never, ever think to question.
All right, so let's get into our first section, the temperature trap. And this one starts the second your hand touches that faucet. It's a real trap, and believe it or not, it doesn't matter if you love your showers scalding hot or ice cold. Both can be a problem. Okay, so look at this. It's kind of wild, isn't it? You've got two totally opposite extremes, too hot and too cold, and yet they can both put major stress on your heart. See, here's why. As we get older, our blood vessels lose some of their springiness. They're just not as flexible. So when you step into a super hot shower, your vessels suddenly widen, your blood pressure tanks, and your heart has to start racing just to compensate. Now, a blast of cold water? It does the exact opposite. Your vessels clamp down tight, your blood pressure spikes, and your heart is literally pounding against all that resistance. Either way you slice it, it's a huge test for a heart that's been working for a long, long time. So, how would you know if this is happening? Well, your body tries to tell you. It sends out these warning signs, feeling dizzy, suddenly exhausted, maybe some tightness in your chest or that weird skipped beat feeling. These are not things to just ignore or power through. Think of them like flashing red lights on your dashboard. It's your heart screaming, "Hey, I'm working way too hard in here." Okay, so it's not just about the temperature. That's only part of the puzzle. Let's move on to our next section, because it turns out when you shower and for how long is also a really big deal.
I mean, it sounds crazy, right? A long, hot shower is supposed to be the most relaxing thing in the world. But for an aging heart, it's actually a silent marathon. Underneath all that peaceful steam, your cardiovascular system is being put through its paces, slowly draining its strength.
And this breaks down that chain reaction perfectly. So you're standing there in the heat, and gravity starts to do its thing. Blood begins to pool down in your legs. Simple enough. But that means less blood is getting back up to your heart. So what does your heart have to do? It's forced to pump way harder and faster just to get enough blood up to your brain. All that extra effort, that's what leaves you feeling dizzy, weak, and can even cause you to pass out. And this is where timing becomes absolutely crucial. Think about it. Showering right after you wake up? Your circulation is still kind of groggy from a long night's sleep. It's unstable. Or what about right after a big meal? All your blood flow is busy down in your stomach helping with digestion. Jumping in the shower during these windows is like creating a perfect storm. You're hitting your heart with stress when it's least equipped to handle it. All right, for our third section, we're going to talk about a hazard that has nothing to do with the water at all. No, this one is about the very ground you're standing on. You know that moment, that split second where your foot slips on a wet floor and your heart just leaps into your throat. Even if you don't actually fall, even if it's just a near miss, that instant jolt of panic can be a massive shock to the system, especially for an older heart. It's a danger we hardly ever talk about, but it can be devastating. Because in that split second, your body hits the big red panic button. A huge surge of stress hormones, like adrenaline, floods your system. Your blood pressure shoots through the roof. Your heart rate goes haywire. For a heart that's maybe not as resilient as it used to be, that massive electrical shock can be enough to knock it out of rhythm, what doctors call an arrhythmia. And just like that, a simple slip can turn into a full-blown cardiac event.
So we've talked about temperature, timing, and the shock of a slip. So what? What does this all add up to? Let's take a step back now and look at the big picture for your long-term heart health.
So here's the key takeaway. This isn't about one single shower being dangerous, it's about the cumulative effect. It's about all those little stresses adding up day after day, week after week. Every single shower is a choice. You're either giving your heart a safe space or you're slowly chipping away at its strength.
Because it's never just one thing, is it? It's the combo deal. It's the super hot water, plus standing for too long, plus showering right after you ate, all on a slippery floor. It's the combined weight of all these things together that slowly teaches your heart how to struggle and eventually how to fail.
And this quote from Dr. Thomas just hits home, doesn't it? For decades, your heart has carried you through everything. But as we get older, it just becomes, well, less forgiving. It can't bounce back from these little stresses like it used to. And that's why making these small, smart changes right now is so incredibly important.
So now you know. You've seen the hidden risks, and the power to make a change is literally in your hands. You have the ability to turn your shower back into a place of comfort and safety. So let me ask you, what's the one change you're going to make starting today to protect the heart that has carried you for a lifetime?